Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Bisexual Hillbilly. At the moment, I changed my name a lot actually, but so I want to talk about something I seen on TikTok this morning. I don't want to show clips of it because I don't want, to dox these people. I don't want to bring more attention to this channel or this page personally, this account. But we got to talk about what apps like TikTok are allowing. It's bad enough we have apps like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok who are allowing predators to prey on children and adults, and they don't stop these people. We have people like Davi Vanity, Mini Lad, people who we know have preyed upon underage people, minors, and children. And these apps still allow these predators to have channels. But I seen something on TikTok this morning that blew my mind. There was several people in the middle of an argument, beef as we like to call it. So in the middle of their beef, I'm seeing this. Tons of people are seeing it. Everybody's eating it up, feeding into it. And then I see it. Someone put their address on the front of their TikTok and they were like, "Come at me. Come throw hands with me. Come pull up at the house and let's see what you can do." And I thought to myself, it's one thing to have a beef on social media where people can get your name, look you up, and try to find your address. But for you to give your own address out and this is not just being seen by the people you're arguing with. This is being seen by hundreds of thousands of people that you've never met who live nowhere near you and people who do live near you. It's being seen by people who could, have a gun. They could have anything, and they could come at you. They don't even know you, but now you've handed your address out. These could be fans of the people you're arguing with. And sometimes the fans, we like to call them stands, sometimes the stands can go a little too far. And I would hate to know that, I got to stir my eggs over here. I would hate to know that somebody put their address on the internet, on a TikTok, and then had a random stranger pull up at their house and hurt their family or their neighbors. That's what's so terrifying to me when people do that, is they don't realize they're not just putting themselves in danger, they're putting their community in danger, they're putting their children, their grandkids, they're putting their neighbors. They're putting everyone around them in danger when they put their address on the internet and say, "Come at me, MFer, come throw hands, let me see what them hands can do." You just don't understand what kind of people are out here in this community. The people that you're arguing with, they're the least of your worries. You have to worry about their stands, their followers. Those are some of the people who will come at you. What scares me is that TikTok allows this. The account is still up. The TikTok is still up. And it's not fake. They're talking about each other's kids. They're feuding. They're fighting really bad. They're calling out N-words, F-bombs. They're talking about the LGBTQ community. They're calling each other very bad names. They're even talking about each other's kids and people who are deceased. It is so disgusting to see this stuff, and I'm not taking sides for either one, but to know that someone put their actual personal real address for millions of people to see, you're putting yourself in danger. You're putting your family, your neighborhood, your neighbors, everyone in danger. When you put your address up, then scammers, they get your name, your address, they can start, filing false paperwork in your name because now they have a lot of your personal information. And like I said, not only that, you're inviting people over to come throw hands with you, to come at you. What if they decide to come at your child instead? What if they decide to try to kidnap your kid or kidnap your neighbor's kid to get at you? You don't realize how many people, including yourself, that you're putting in very serious danger when you dox yourself like that. All over an argument with someone you've never met on the internet. You're willing to put everyone around you in danger over a beef. And TikTok allows this. That's what I can't believe. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, they should all be the kind of apps that as soon as they see somebody putting out their actual address, they take it down. No, you're not allowed to do that. Don't do that, especially in a hateful manner of an argument or a threatening manner. That should not be allowed. And now I'm worried for these people. I don't even know these people, but I am so worried for the children in their home and their community of who's going to take that address and go creep up there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning or in broad daylight and do something very bad. Then you have to think about, we have people out here like myself who have PTSD, anxiety, OCD, but there are some people with disorders like autism, Asperger's, mental disorders who could see that address and your threat and think you're talking to them. Like someone like me, when I have a PTS episode, if someone's being loud and threatening around me, it intimidates me. It makes me scared. It makes me frightened. It makes me want to snap. And then I have to go somewhere and just calm down because I don't want to snap. And it's not even involving me. It's between someone else. But that's my point. If you're doing this on the internet and someone with a serious mental disorder sees it and they get your address, who's to say they don't even know you, but they pop up at your house and do something very bad, like kidnap your kids, bust in your house, kidnap you, hold you hostage, use weapons. There's a lot of things that they can do to endanger you and your family and your community. You should not be doxing yourself or anyone else. I just can't comprehend why these apps allow this stuff. TikTok should have already had that account frozen, the TikTok deleted. Something should have already happened to get that particular video shut down. And as soon as it happened, but it's still up. And I've been reading the comments on it. And I don't want to dox the name because I don't want more attention being brought to that particular account, because I know they're trying to get more attention because they want to look big and bad. Especially when you have a beef with someone, you're trying to look big and bad. You're trying to act like you can throw hands and this and that. But let me tell you all something. We all think that we're big and bad. Even the biggest of us who have muscles and took kickboxing lessons and karate and all this stuff, jiu-jitsu or just street fighting. We all think we're big and bad until someone rolls up on you and you're not expecting it. And when they jump you, you're not always ready. You're not always going to be ready because you're not always going to win. Anyone can lose a fight. Anyone can be kidnapped. Anyone can be held hostage. Anyone can be broke in. My house has been broke in a couple of times this year. Well, between last year and this year. And it was people I knew. You don't know what can happen. So you need to protect yourself and your family, and you need to be responsible and think about the people around you and how you need to help protect them too. And if you just don't care, then that's sad and very irresponsible. And the fact that these are grown-ups, this ain't even kids or teenagers doing this stuff that I seen this morning. This is a grown adult who's probably like 40, who really tries to act big and bad in their TikToks, and they're always like, I'm trying to think how to say it without me seeming, I don't know how to say it, but anyways, they act real big and bad, real tough, like they can kick anybody's butt. I'm here to tell you, there's always that one person who can kick your butt. I don't care how big and bad. I don't care if you're the biggest, best kickboxer, karate champion in this world. There's always someone who can kick your butt. And they don't have to be a champion of anything. I've seen this. I've seen people who did fighting as a career. And they get on the streets, get to an argument at a gas station. I've seen this firsthand. This one dude, he was legit one of the best fighters I'd ever seen. UFC, everything. This man was good. And then we at the gas station one day, and like a guy says, I can't remember how they were already having a beef or something. Anyways, and he starts running his mouth, and they get into a beef, and this other guy walks up, and then of course the dude that I knew was all, oh, I'm a UFC fighter. I've been kickboxing for 15 years. I can kick your, and all this stuff. And this dude walks up, and they start fighting, and the dude this guy who had never probably fought a day in his life, whooped him, put him on the ground fast, like within seconds, and knocked him out. And I'm like, you got knocked out running that mouth I tried to tell you. And I did. I tried to tell this guy because he always was so cocky. He was always so cocky about everything and how he was big and bad and he could beat anybody. And I'm always telling him, you can always get beat. There's always somebody who can whoop you. Quit acting this way. Quit starting fights. Quit initiating trouble. You're looking for trouble because you're trying to look big and bad in front of your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever it is. Stop it. That cockiness is not attractive. And I don't like being around it. And I'm not going to be friends with you if you act that way. Just stop it. And he would be so annoying until finally that day when he got his butt whooped in the parking lot of the gas station, then he wanted to get up and act like, oh, my sugar was low. It weren't because he hit me. It's because my sugar got low. I'm like, you can't even admit when you got your butt handed to you. Quit acting like Billy Bat. You know what I'm saying? Act like you got some sense and quit starting trouble with everybody. But this is the reason I'm saying these people get on TikTok and they become keyboard warriors and they start getting brave. And they're like starting arguments in this beef with people that they don't know, some people they do know, but they have this beef that goes on and that gets attention. But when you get attention, you're inviting in people, other strangers that you don't know, and you don't know what's going on up here or in here with those people. And when you put your address out there or your phone number or your personal information, you're asking for trouble. I would be terrified. There's no way I would ever give out something like that. I mean, like I said, you don't know who you're inviting in. And this person on TikTok thinks that they're being Billy Bat, and they're, here's my address, come at me, pull up, let's throw hands, and all this stuff. You're not always going to be awake. You will go to sleep at some point. You will be gone to the store at some point. You won't always be on alert. And you always have that blind spot where somebody can attack. I would stop inviting people to do that. I would stop doxing myself. But TikTok has become such a cocky place. There's so many people who are just, I'm bad. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And oh, well, I got my this and that and my crew behind me. You're not always going to have a crew. You're not always going to have a way to defend yourself. I would stop. I don't know. I just feel like we need to talk about this today because my main concern, though, is why TikTok doesn't take it down. They should have already deleted that video. And it ain't just that one. There's many videos like that. YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, all these apps need to protect our communities better. And they need to force us to be more responsible as users, as account users, account owners. We need to be more responsible. And they should hold us to that. And we should hold them to protect us. But you don't see it, especially with TikTok. You just don't see it. They let everybody do whatever they want to do. You got kids on there fighting, ripping each other's faces apart, beating the crap out of each other. They put it up on TikTok. And they play a song with it. Stop. It's not about fighting. It's not about being a Billy Bat. It ain't about all that. Teach your kids how to be independent, how to fly the coop safely and survive on their own. Do that. But don't teach them to start fights with every person they meet, including their siblings. Stop making them famous for being bad. Make them famous for being good or for doing something good. For doing something good and not expecting something in return. I mean, that would be cool, but you don't see that anymore. Now all you see is look at my $1 million mansion and my stacks of cash and, look at me punching this person in the face and ripping that one's hair out and all this stuff. And it's just, then you got this older crowd that's preying on the younger crowd. Because you have young kids on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. And it blows my mind that some of these influencers have admitted to either meeting their fans who are underage, approaching their fans who are underage, trying to make them a star, trying to, get nudes. They admit to it. Some even make an apology video. Mini Lad made an apology video, yet still on YouTube, still making money off all the stuff. Some of these influencers They share accounts on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. One way or another, they're getting paid because these apps don't shut it down. It took YouTube, 10 years to shut Onision down and demonetize him? It shouldn't have took 10 years. I mean, he's done different things to get in trouble with the guidelines, with the rules. But then you take someone like me, I can make an awareness video about child abuse and they delete it. What? Then you got these gamers, not all of them, but some of them like Mini Lad, who have been preying on their fans, asking for nudes, getting nudes, in possession of nudes, sending nudes. Dobby Vanity. They do nothing. The FBI ain't even done nothing. It's just crazy to me. What are these apps doing? When is it going to stop? I just want to talk about that. I don't know. Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.